Hey everybody, welcome back if you're returning, welcome if you are new, and today's my birthday, 49 today, 1 year out from my half century mark, and I messed it up in another video, I said half decade, and yeah, I only wish I was 5. I love being 5. So anyway, our ish for today, we're going to grab our topic and see what we got going on today. Just remember, no matter what, it's going to be a great day. I like to not give it options. Kind of set the parameters from the beginning. Every morning, it's going to be a great day. Doesn't matter if I'm on fire. I'm saying it's going to be a great day. Well, I guess in this case, it might help if you're on fire because it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass. Pronto. So that would create a dark situation, and it really does kind of keep us from seeing the bigger picture, being open to other perspectives, seeing things from another person's point of view. And I don't know about y'all, large portions of my life where I was just sure I was right about whatever. It didn't matter. And I had the answer. My way was correct. Can't help it. It's our belief systems. We've been programmed that way. And I'm going to use religion as an example. So, I have friends from all different religious backgrounds. I've studied all different religious backgrounds. I'm very open to spiritual guidance, and what I found, to be quite honest with you, unless you're an extremist in any religion, the majority of them are very, very similar. Very much so. Just because the main character is a different name, it's pretty much the same principles. But when it comes to the whole, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing, when we are so set in our own belief that we are not open to looking at other possibilities, or we just wholeheartedly believe that we are right and the other person is wrong because they don't believe what we believe, we shut ourselves off to having amazing conversations. We shut ourselves off to seeing something that, you know what, their perspective may really have some valid things that I'm missing that would be useful to me if I would just listen instead of sitting in judgment because they don't believe like I believe. And from birth to age 7, we're pretty much sponges, and our brain, our subconscious brain, is in what's like a theta state, very open to suggestion, a lot like hypnosis. And that's a survival technique that we were designed that way because we're learning from the adults around us how to function in the world. What are we supposed to do? And whatever they do, you accept as being normal. And it becomes your normal, which becomes a belief system. And I know, personally, I was raised in the church. And from the time I was 2 weeks old, I was in the nursery, and the sermon was coming through the speakers. And then as I got older, I got to go into the actual sanctuary and participate in the church service and things like that. And my family was very involved. And that was just something that I maintained for many, many years until this was like my first major awakening crisis. And I started to question everything, and became very, very open to what else is out there. What do other people believe? What's going on here? Because I'd been very much on this tunnel vision, because from the time I could hear, I was told this is the truth. This is the truth. So of course I believed it. I had a sponge brain. I couldn't form an opinion. And not to say that Christianity is wrong. And I think that any type of faith, any belief in a higher power that serves you, that empowers you, is right for you. And I celebrate anyone who has that connection to whatever higher power that believes in love and goodwill to man and doing right by yourself and other people. You know, you can't go wrong with something positive. But as far as to get your head out of your ass, I was 100% sold on everything that I was told growing up about this is the way, this is the right way, and if you don't do it this way, you're wrong. And not open to any other perspective, any other option, any other opinion. I wasn't exactly a Bible beater, but I was very judgmental about anything outside of what I believed. However, as I went through that first awakening, I discovered Buddhism. And Buddhism isn't like, it's not technically a religion, it's a practice. And there are a lot of Christians who do practice Buddhist principles because, come to find out, this stuff really helps you be more chill and deal with life a little more effectively. I was like, wow, this is great. And I've since studied the Tao Te Ching. There's, I have so many religious texts, like ancient religious texts. The one I can't think of, I would go check, except that I loaned it out to my niece. And but it's amazing when you start to look at the different perspectives. You can gain so much wisdom, and it's not actually, it doesn't really conflict with the other. It's worded differently, or it's told in a different story, but it's very much along the same lines. However, when we see it in a different way, it clicks. Like, and that's why, you know, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. If you're only looking here and the answer is here, you're not going to see it. And that's why it's so beneficial to us to stay open and not get so stuck in our ass about, I'm right, this is the right way. It may be the only way that you've known, or the only thing that you've been exposed to, and so you believe it's the right way. It's what the people around you have always done. But are you in the fishbowl? Big fish, small pond? How big is your environment? How many people are you exposed to? Seek out that information. You know, seek out knowledge about whatever challenges you're facing. Look for different perspectives. I mean, actively seek different ideas, especially the one that when you hear it pisses you off, because that means it's triggered one of those belief systems. And that's a fun time to investigate your own beliefs. Why do I believe this? What does the opposing side say? What's their take on it? And you may just find that when you open yourself up, they're really not that wrong. There may be a happy middle ground where you're like, this actually would work really well. When you're not defending your side, you can find out so much more about other options, other beliefs, and if nothing else, at the end of the day, it helps you gain an understanding of people who believe differently than you do. And that can open us up to being more loving, more vulnerable. Other topics from this week. Throwing that in there. So when we get that, it's called cognitive dissonance. We have a belief, and then we see something that challenges that belief. Our natural instinct is to shut it out, shun it, hate it, push it away, because it threatens our belief. And a belief is just a thought we continue to think. We can change that belief at any time. If nothing else, we can inspect it, because a belief that we had at this stage in our life that was very valid then, it it may not be a lifetime validity. You know, we may have to go back every so often and look at the beliefs we hold. Is that still true for me? Because as we grow and evolve, the beliefs that we held that got us to this point become outdated. And if we continue to hold on to those, we limit ourselves in moving forward because we're so busy defending that belief system. So if you feel that push, somebody says something that contradicts your belief, before you just shut it out and push them away and what they were saying, like, because you've got to defend your belief, think about why you felt that way. Why are you defending that belief? Take opportunities like that. It's a trigger. And the triggers are what help us identify what's going on with us. When something triggers us, there's something inside of us that we have not dealt with. And the more we can identify those, instead of lashing out at that person or directing anger towards that person because they made us feel a certain way, we know, no, we felt that way because of something inside of us that it activated, that we felt the need to defend or correct. It may be an old emotional wound where this person said something that some jackass from your past used to say and it triggers you. Your immediate response is to be angry at that person, even if it's not even relevant, because of something unhealed in you. Pay attention to your triggers. Get your head out of your ass. Stay open to new ideas and new possibilities. And you may be amazed to find that what you thought worked for you for so long really wasn't your best option. And once you opened yourself up to new possibilities, you find something where you just expand and you just feel so in the flow, and I can't think of the right word, like just like blooming, enlarging, because of this new thing that you fought and pushed away for so long. So if it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing, get your head out of your ass. And don't feel bad about it, because we all spend enough time there. On that note, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.